Hello, everyone. I just realized the fan was on. We probably need to turn that off.
How do I do that?
Just hit that thing. I think so. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Already live status. We're not even ready to go live, but here we are, just jumping on. Just popping on. I see all of our friends in the chat, so that's exciting. We have Joy Richards and Patty. Ohio Palm Mom. Hey, Ange. Leslie. Shelterless, which I believe is Trouble.
Yes.
See Rebecca in the chat and Cammy Cam. Oh, Cammy Cam. We miss you guys so much. Our little hiatus is coming to an end, if you will. If you've been following along, you know that GMV is Saturday. I actually think I have a drum roll button. GMV Saturday, folks. That's the wrong one. There it is. All right, so that's exciting because we do miss you guys so much. I know we've done some unboxings, but without GMV, it just doesn't feel the same.
No, it doesn't.
Yes. But at least you can catch us here with Remember to Pause for our support group meetings. This is our third support group now. So I'm glad that everybody is here, and we've gotten really good feedback. I feel like. Who is Trouble? I'm just homeless. Yes, everybody set your alarm. Hey, Jason. Everybody set your alarm for Saturday. I was going to say 9, but we know that's not real. Yeah. We'd like to think that it would start at 9, but, not happening. Ohio Palm Mom says, how are the kids liking going back to school? They're loving it.
They are.
Yes, this is day 2. It was already like
it feels like day 8.
I know.
Already.
It was like a fashion show this morning already.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I'm like 9 years old and we're already picking out all of our outfits 15 times.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
I had Michaela pick her outfit out last night, and then this morning, I don't want to wear that. Okay.
I knew that was going to happen. Yes.
Okay.
So, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Katie and this is Jenna. And we are from Remember to Pause. Remember to Pause is a pet loss grief support platform that partners with Villalobos Rescue Center. We are both employed by Villalobos Rescue Center as well, and we run all of the programs along with all the other hats that we wear.
Yes.
Jenna does the websites. We do social media. We do fundraising. We do
a lot of things.
All the things. And at the end of the day, it's all for the dogs. So when we did Good Morning Villalobos, which is our morning show that comes on every other Saturday, we've been on hiatus, but you can catch us this Saturday around 9 o'clock. We realized there was a need for pet loss grief support. So Jenna and I both got our grief certificates for pet loss, and it's been over a year now since we've been certified.
That's so crazy.
I know. And we created a nonprofit, which we are today. So that is what Remember to Pause is. And we are so happy to be able to assist all of you with the losses that you have, not only with your pets, but just the struggles. I tend to find that in my emails sometimes too. I'm just chatting back and forth with some of you guys. And that's what we're here for. It's not just for the pets, it's for the community as well. So, M2 is calling me. I'm going to have to answer that later because I know that that's a whole conversation that I need to have. Okay. So let me scoot this out of the way. So we will be doing memorial jars today. If you want to order a memorial jar, we're going to do those at the end of the support group as like our therapeutic wind down. Let me show a picture of what I'm talking about when we're talking about. Thank you, Cammie. We have a green wave. Oh my gosh. That's so exciting. I feel like we haven't seen a green wave in so long. So if you'd like to donate during the live before we jump in, just a few things. If you'd like to donate during the live, if you're donating to Remember to Pause, then you can hit the QR code that is on the screen here, or you can go to remembertopause.pet. And that will go to the Remember to Paws nonprofit.
I can also try to link, let me see.
That'd be great.
In the chat.
Yes, Jenna's going to link it in the chat. Hi, Krista. Jerry Ann's at the gym on the treadmill. Yes, Queen.
Yes.
Love that. So yeah, if you are wanting to donate to Remember to Pause, that is the way that you can do that. If you donate through the live through YouTube, those donations will go to VRC. Again, we do partner with VRC. Remember to Pause Foundation helps cover the end of life costs, which includes euthanasia and cremation and the keepsakes for Villalobos Rescue Center dogs, as well as those in the community who need it. We are really asking for donations right now because we do have a demand of people who need our assistance for dogs. We want to be able to open it up to the community. Unfortunately, right now, we do not have the funds to be able to take care of all of the people who need our help. So tonight, hopefully, we'll be able to raise donations. So throughout the live, I know these are a little more somber. They don't get like hyped up, but everybody who donates will go into our raffle. And at the end of the live, we will draw, and our prize for tonight is going to be one of the grief jars, one of the memorial jars. So let me show you what those look like. So you know, if you donate either way through Remember to Pause or through the VRC YouTube, you can get into the drawing. So these are our memorial pet jars. Look how nice they are. They're so stinking beautiful. What they consist of is a recipe that we've created that each one of the ingredients helps with remembrance, with grief, with support, with love. And you can also, if you're interested in doing that, now you can mail in your pets either ashes or fur, and we can link our P.O. box in here. You can mail those in now, and we can add them into the jars, and I'm so excited about that. So if you donate tonight, your name will go into a drawing, and we will draw, and you will win one of these memorial jars. You can get it for yourself, or you can gift it to someone else. Capiche?
Capiche.
One other thing. There's so many like little things that
There's
little things we're going to go over. But these shirts, hello, look how cutesy they are. These are our Remember to Pause shirts. You can order them at remembertopause.pet, and all of the proceeds go to the Remember to Pause Foundation. Okay. We're just out here doing it.
Yes.
Know what I mean?
Trying our best.
Know what I mean, Jelly Bean?
Here's a link to the t-shirts.
Awesome. Jenna's putting the things in the links.
And then I also will
Storm Shelton loves your hair, Jenna.
Thank you.
I told her to do it. No, she texted and said I'm getting bangs. And I was like, do it. Thank you, Jerry Ann. We are working on other merchandise for Remember to Pause. All of our merch is at the website there that Jenna linked you to. You can go over there and see all of the merchandise that we have. And we're working on other things. We're always working on things.
Yes.
Lots and lots of things.
Always.
So a reminder too that this is a live show. So, but it is a support group. So we know that not all of us can be at the same place at one time, but we can virtually. Mm-hmm. So feel free in the chat to comment your name, what you're doing here, why you're here, the support that you need. Talk about your pet, if you can relate. And then we're going to be having like a topic tonight. And so we'll go through the topic, but we'll also be looking at your comments so that we can kind of intertwine and engage in your needs and conversation as well. Rebecca's asking about the bookmarks. Those sold out actually just with my family and Mariah and Leilana. So we didn't make it that far, and she is still making bookmarks. We just haven't gotten that far yet. And she's customizing them. We went to Michael's and we got stickers and all the things.
I love it.
What is she on right now though? She's doing
Paper Dragons.
Paper Dragons. she's starting a paper dragon YouTube channel. We're talking about Salem, and I'll add that link somewhere on one of our pages. I'm sure everyone will want to watch it. Perry's producing it.
Good.
Jenna needs a pic with one of the dogs in a bang wig. Yes. Genius. We have a couple surprises, speaking of. This week, we just got this just in. Let's see. Cami, thank you so much. Cami's donating. So when you guys donate through the website, we will get an email. So thank you so much for your donation. Cami is amazing. She's one of our adopters and a virtual adopter. We have many programs at Villalobos Rescue Center.
Yes. Thank you, Cami.
Okie dokie. So tonight's topic, well, actually, let me, I want to show the video of kind of like, we talked about a little bit about what Remember to Pause was, but I kind of want to show, I really like on our website how we created that like mission page and like what our mission was and how, and our impact. So I think sometimes it might get a little bit like overwhelming about what we do, but this little video here will showcase that. And we try to show it on each one of our support groups. So, hey, Christy. All right, so check it out. Thank you. Thank you for that. We always try to mute it whenever we go into the videos, just in case you can hear it in the background. Okay, so while that was a rewind. Pretend like none of that happened. So while we're watching that wonderful video that we put together and seeing the impact that we make, we're noticing that we need to actually update that because there are more cats and dogs that we're able to assist with. What we were saying while we were muted was that end of life costs happen a lot of times unexpectedly. You're not prepared. It can cost a lot when it comes to a vet visit, the euthanasia, cremation, and keepsakes. So sometimes it can be up to the cost of $1,000. Thank you, Cami. It just depends on the situation at hand. So, yeah, so with your donations and everything, we've been able to help I want to say over like 30 cats and dogs at this point. And primarily those have been Villalobos pets, but we would like to start partnering with other rescues across the country. Actually, this is something that we found is not a corner, an avenue that's really out there. It is out there. You can still, you will find pet loss grief support platforms and everything, but you're not really finding the resource to help cover the costs for the actual end of life. And during that time, like, you're going through so much, you're not really thinking about, you know, like how you're going to pay for all of that. So anyways, that's what we do. So that little video there kind of showcases the impact that we've been able to make with the rescue and other dogs and families in the community. Okay, so is everyone still with us? Let's talk about tonight's topic, which is after your pet passes away and they have such a huge role in your life, what it feels like to come home to an empty house. We hear that a lot. Ange says, sorry, I gotta go. Thanks, Ange, for stopping by. If you can come back, please join us. So a lot of times people, that is the thing that they feel the most, is when their pet passes away, is that immediate feeling of loss. Change in your schedule. Everything changes. I mean, they're like a living being in your home, whether it be a cat or a dog. Your schedule revolves around them because they, Jerry saying so quiet. The house is so quiet. Hello to both of you. Hi, Sheila. So it's just like having a child. You know, your animal depends on you. Thank you, Christy. Christy's one of the people that I communicate with a lot through email, and she has also had a rough couple of weeks. And Christy, feel free to share if you would like tonight. If anybody wants to share anything that they have going on, or anything that's on their mind, or any input, please feel free. Write a whole story in the chat, because not only are we going to be looking at it and reading it, but you guys have created such a community within each other. And a lot of you guys are virtual adopters, but some of you are not. Some of you are just followers of Remembered Paws. And everybody's done such a great job with just being supportive of each other. So it's not only difficult for your routine because, like we said, they are like children. They depend on you for so much. But also it impacts your entire family. So it impacts your children if you do have children. It impacts their schedule because maybe you did the dog stuff before you did the kids stuff, or you did the kids stuff before, you know, or maybe they helped with the routines. I know your children do. And I think next week's topic is going to be solely on children and pet loss. But it could also be like where it affects your relationship even, you know, like maybe you shared your pet with your spouse, or maybe that's like you communicated through them, you know, like tell dad over there to do X, Y, and Z, you know. So it can definitely feel quiet, sad, and maybe it's the only other living thing that makes you want to cry. Maybe it's the only other living thing in your home. And once they go, the house is completely still. So we just want to talk about that a little bit tonight. Jerry said, for a lot of years, they were my reason to keep going. It was hard to get past that. Absolutely.
I think it's hard too, like especially if it's a medical case, you know, doing all the extra things like fluids or meds or injections or whatever like that. You get so used to that routine and like that. I have to be here. I have to do this at this time. I know for a lot of my senior hospice dogs, that's something that I've struggled with, where I like get them into a routine with me, and then it's weird. It's like a weird
definitely be feeling that. You know, I have Lulu now in my home. She is a 22-year-old, one of the, or if, I think she might be the only living VRC dog from California. And she is also on hospice. We thought she was going to pass. And she's been with us now for 30 weeks, I think, maybe even a little bit more. But she came with a whole routine and a whole bag of medicine and fluids and all sorts of stuff. So, and she's like a baby. I mean, like, I'll need to work because I work remote, but she has to be in the crate a lot of the times or whatever. And so she's like wanting to get out of the crate. So when she finally settles, I feel like, oh, I don't want to wake the baby, you know? So like, I won't even I'll like listen, or I'll peek in and I'll see her and she's sleeping. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to hold off for now because she's resting, you know? So I definitely am going to feel the loss when she goes, for sure. In the chat, because I know not all of you guys can see it, Christy's saying my best friend's horse, who I was very close with, passed away on Saturday. And Cammie saying my baby was the last living tie to my husband. Yes, Cammie. Sheila's saying it took me years to get another dog. And Christy's saying my 17-year-old cat also passed away a week ago on Thursday. So definitely a lot of loss for Christy. And could you imagine being so close to a horse, right, in the presence that a horse has? I mean, it would just be in the routine that a horse requires, right. Yeah. You know, I'm sure like all the outdoor work and, you know, the stable and the care that goes into keeping a horse healthy. And when you have such a large animal, it's a large loss. Yeah. So Christy, we're thinking about your friend and as well as you with the loss of your cat. Jenny's saying Lulu hearts. I know. She is, I am writing about her on our Patreon. So if you guys are Patreon members, if you're not, go over and join. Remember to paws.pet. And I think it's in the paid subscription, but we are following along with Lulu's hospice journey. She takes the best pictures. So
she really does.
Okay. Thanks, Cammie. 2 weeks ago. Okay, so just talking about when the house feels empty. So certain things that you're definitely going to feel the difference in the schedule. Maybe even like when you wake up.
Yeah.
You know, like right now, Lulu gets us up. So we're up pretty early. But when she's not here anymore, we won't, you know. And you'll feel that with your morning schedule. Patty O is saying, I lost my horse Mo 6 years ago and had him 28 years. Wow. And E-Cook, hi E-Cook, welcome. I lost my best friend Ollie after nearly 17 years in June. This has honestly been the hardest thing I've ever been through. And we hear that so much, which is why we're here. Losing our own personal pets, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the support group, is what brought us here to today. Cammie, is this the Lulu that Tanya had at one point? Yes, it is, Cammie. But yeah, we will talk about kind of like what caused us to create this because of our own personal losses. E-Cook, my other dog Norman has been a godsend and I love him so much, but I'm so sad and deeply struggling with this. I'm hesitant to tell people how I'm doing because they expect me to be better.
And that's something we hear a lot too.
That is why we are here. That is why this has been created. Having a support platform like this, it's 100% the reason, because everybody's like, oh my gosh, get over that. Cammie, oh well, that was a long time ago. I remember her. Yeah, Lulu is 22 from what we understand. She might be even older. Hi Meg, welcome. Thank you for being here. After my soulmate Jasmine passed, I felt such a loss. I got into fostering, starting with my foster fail Zoe, and I had 5 years. I found over 20 forever homes for amazing dogs, and it has helped me so much when dealing with depression. Fostering can really fill a hole and help so many deserving animals. By the way, I got motivated to foster from watching your show. So me and my doggies both, thank you. Well, thank you so much, Megan, for being a foster. The community needs more. And we're going to talk more about our foster program on Good Morning Villalobos on Saturday. So you guys check that out. That's a great point, though.
Mm-hmm.
There's many different options and ways to handle loss, and a lot of times people want you to just move on quickly, or maybe you want to move on quickly.
Yeah.
And maybe fostering might be one of those things that you go towards, because maybe it's not permanent, but it might kind of fill the void and give you something to take care of while you're going through that grief. Connie, sweet Connie Johnson. I miss my Pomeranian Moses every day. It's been 10 years. And the 2 dogs that I have now, I love dearly, but I have more of a connection with my cat this time. Yeah. I was just thinking about Mariah and her cat and how she's obsessed with her new cat right now as well. So I've actually only had 1 cat in my life, and I feel like maybe I need one. Jenna? How many cats do you actually have?
I have 3.
She has 3 cats and 17 million dogs. I see new names in the chat, and I love that.
I do love that.
I'm really glad that more people are joining us. Okay, so your routine is going to change, starting possibly even with like waking up in the morning. And then typically you feed them. So that's already changing. So an empty food bowl. I remember seeing like Rue's food. I didn't put the bowls and stuff away for a while because I felt like that would make it final, you know? And I only had 1 dog. So, but that's the other thing. Maybe you have 2 dogs. So
I guess I've never, I don't know. I guess I've always had multiple dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I've never had I guess I've not thought about it.
Mm-hmm. Or like a super quiet house.
Yeah, no, I've never had that where I feel like I just kind of rush. Like it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, well, this one needs.
I have to move on now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a multiple dog owner now.
You have 3 dogs.
That's a lot for me. Yeah. Who did that?
I don't know. Jenny
Jenny,
says you should have more cats than dogs.
I'm not opposed to that. I was like looking at Lulu yesterday. She was like across the room and she looked so small. And I was like, I'm only having small dogs from now on. And I was like, I know that's not going to matter because Piggy and Alistair have like another 20 years at this point. But when they go, only small dogs. And now that I've had 3, I can just have 3 all the time. And Perry said no. Perry's like, we didn't even really ask for this. So, but like we're doing it. And yeah, I'm like, well, now you can have 3, so we can have 4.
Yeah.
We can even have 5.
Yeah.
At this point, Lulu's like taking care of 2 dogs at this point. So, okay. So also like, I feel like when you go on your walks, you know, like maybe your exercise or like every day you're going on a walk, you might not have to do that anymore. However, I would encourage you though to continue on with that. You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes a lot of people use their animals as their activity, the daily activity to keep them moving, and staying moving and motivated and exercising is going to be a good thing for your brain. And to take that time while you're still on that walk to maybe have a moment to
feel connected.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like to memorialize them. Because a lot of times people are like, just move on, don't think about it. Like, no, if anything, think about it more. You know what I mean? Like, because once you, and we talked about this in one of our other, I think it was our first support group, guilt and the what ifs and everything. You got to learn how to cope through it. And the best thing to do is just like face it head on. Don't tuck it in. And the best thing to do with that is to memorialize them, think about them, remember the good times. And, during that walk, that time that you would typically walk, bring their leash with you if you want and carry it and hold it and think about them and cry and let it out. But don't stop moving, try to continue on with some of those healthy habits to stay in a good, positive place mentally. Chrissy's saying, I got Wesley animating the losing my seniors with all their health issues. You did, yes. I remember when you got Wesley, because your other dogs and pets were starting to decline a bit. Patio, I'm always having multiple animals, but still can feel like empty house with one gone. Yes. What else? We were talking about the walks, so that definitely can feel, and it's all in how you want it to feel. I mean, you might want to have a full-blown moment of sadness.
And that's okay.
Yeah. You don't have to just I mean, if you want to take a couple days and not walk, just do what's best for you.
Yeah. Like, don't rush yourself, but also, like, don't feel like you have to move.
Right.
You don't. Any sort of speed. It's, like, up to you.
Right. Don't pick up the bowls right away if you don't want to. You know what I mean? Don't sweep the pet hair if you don't want to. Sweep it and keep it. That's what I say. You know what I mean? Like, keep it and then mail it to us, and we'll put it in one of our grief jars. You do not have to, but if you want to, that's also okay.
Yeah.
If you want to pick up the bowl and you want to pick up the leash and you want to put everything away that reminds you of them, that's okay too.
Mm-hmm.
What's not okay is to just completely go into a dark place with it for long periods of time, and that's why we're here for the support group.
Yeah.
You know, that way you guys can talk about it. Okie dokie. So you're also going to miss things. Hi, Diane. I was just thinking about you. So Diane's in the chat. She's one of our adopters, and it says, it's only been a week since I had to let Anastasia go. I'm grieving so hard that I'm on autopilot with my other dogs. I feel like I'm letting them down because I just don't have enough energy to give them the attention that they want right now. Helix is especially sensitive and seems so sad. I feel guilty and heartbroken. I remember Helix.
Helix and Burton.
Yeah.
And Anastasia, she adopted through us too.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that on the adopters page. So Diane, first let us tell you we're so very sorry for your loss. And thank you for sharing that, because that is such a good point. Not only will your kids feel the difference, your partner might feel the difference, but your other pets are going to feel the difference as well. And you will be on autopilot. And the hard thing with them is that you can't explain to them, like, I don't feel like doing all of this, you know, like, I don't want to go outside and play. I don't want to take you on the walk. But they do need you to, and take the time to grieve, but use them as a mechanism to heal as well. Chrissy's saying, you know what happens if you lose a cat? Another cat shows up. Happened to me one day after Chelsea passed. Oh my gosh. Are you keeping it, Christy? Is that going to be your new pet? That does happen. Mm-hmm. I've heard that. So that's a great point, Diane. So yes, your other pets are going to feel the difference as well. It's also going to be quiet too, because maybe they're like a dog that barks all the time. Also, maybe they're like your protector. You know, maybe they bark to tell you someone's here. They bark in the yard. They bark someone's pulled up in the driveway. And now you're not going to, maybe you even feel vulnerable because your protection is gone, you know? I like to think that Piggy is a protector, but she's not really. Christy said he's an outside kitten about 7 to 8 months old. He's pretty cute. I'm going to need you to send me a picture of that cat. Show me that cat.
Mm-hmm.
So other things here that we had listed, their footsteps. Piggy has a very distinct walk. My sister says it sounds like an old lady wearing slippers.
That's perfect.
It's like, because she kind of drags her back legs, you know, and she's like, and then Alistair kind of like prances. The jingling of their collars.
Yeah.
Maybe they have bells on.
For like when right after Adam passed, like he was a really bad like firework dog or a storm dog. So we would always have to be home. Or like when we were home, he was like out like trying to like fight the fireworks or the thunder. And he was a big Rottweiler, and it would just bellow and echo through the neighborhood. And so like now, like I have a couple of dogs that are not super keen on storms, but like they don't do that. So it's like now it's like so weird.
Yeah. So you're like
it's like not alarming or
right. And then you hear thunder and you're maybe like at the store and you're like, oh no, like I better go, and you don't have to.
Yeah.
You know. Thank you, Cammie. Yeah, you guys, don't forget, if you would like to donate, we don't do the goals or anything during the Remember to Pause because it feels a little too hype. We try to keep them a little bit more, the Remember to Pause support groups, a little more somber. But we definitely do support or do appreciate your support and donations. And any donation, again, during the live goes into our jar. Oh, when you go out of frame, it zooms in.
So sorry.
How many puppies do you have at VRC now? Oof, Sheila.
400 or 500,
yeah,
something like that.
It's still so many. Okay, so yeah, so then I mean you're scared. You hear fireworks, you hear thunder, and you're usually like, oh no, or like Piggy was in my closet today because of the thunder.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe they have a special spot in the house, and you go to look for that, or maybe after they pass, you hear the jingling of their. I did for Rue. I definitely felt like I heard her.
Thank you, Ashton.
Thanks, Ashton.
I'm gonna count that.
Yeah. Storm says, I don't know if this is off topic, but I have to say I'm so ready for 60 and 70 degree weather. Talking about weather is always on topic because we feel you.
Where are the little
clockets?
These. Let me check, Christy.
The charms. What is Christy saying?
Do we have something
on hand for a horse? I just ordered a ton of more charms. Oh, you know what I have? I think I have just like an actual rainbow.
This is a pocket, but it says, thank you, Christy.
Christy, I have this really nice rainbow. I don't know if you would be interested in the rainbow. Getting a horse charms. Thank you, Christy. Getting horse charms. That's what we need now. I'm going to write that down. Okay. So if you guys want to share anything too that you guys feel very strong about when you lost your pets and how your house felt empty, by all means, please do that. Sheila saying, with a horse that released balloons with carrot on the strings as a goodbye. I love that. I love that so much. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how to get through that feeling. We've talked a little bit about it, where like do what you know is best for you. Sorry, you got sometimes I get emails while we're going. We talked about obviously doing what's best for you, knowing yourself and how you can go through the grief and the emotions.
Thank you, Sandy, for donating on our wow, what is
PayPal.
PayPal.
Word finding, brain farts. Thanks, Ohio Mom. We love you. Okay, so ways to cope and to get through those moments. Things to do when you're having that moment of like, oh my God, the house is feeling empty. Turn on some music. Go for a walk. Like we said, go for the walk. Bring the leash if you want. Exercise. What are some other things that we have written down? Or get really quiet and just embrace the quiet by taking like a small moment to pause, if you will. That's kind of like where the name obviously came from, is like, don't rush through it. Like actually remember to pause, take the grief jar and have a moment. Joy Richards, Katie, I sent you an email earlier tonight. Do I need to look at that right now, Joy? Because I totally can. And tell Jerry that I said hi. And oh my gosh, I need to tell you, Joy, that this is a total side note, but we went to Starbucks yesterday, and what was his name?
Darian.
Perry was called Darian. I was like, oh my God, Joy and Jerry's going to love this one. If you don't follow us on our coffee app, Buy Me a Coffee, it's just Jenna and I and our behind the scenes shenanigans. You'll see that Perry gets called the wrong name. Pretty much every day we go to Starbucks, and Jenna was on the phone and they called him Darian.
And I lost it.
And I was like, this is a new one. Chrissy said the physical therapist told me today how I was going to feel when you confront 4 dogs to 1. And yeah, there is something I think about. That's something I think about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, remembering to pause, taking your memorial jar, having a moment, journaling, writing some things down. Oh, I know. Shayna, my mom texted me about the bald eagle Jackie passing last night. My whole family is so upset about that. We've been following this bald eagle live cam for years. That's my family for you. My mom's not ever sad about anything, and she calls and she's like, I'm so upset. Jackie, the bald eagle, passed away. And I was like, Mom. I know the bald eagle is not a pet, but for those of us who have been following the Big Bear Nest cam for years and are totally heartbroken about Shadow's partner Jackie passing yesterday, any advice? Shayna, I would say it's okay to feel sad for a bald eagle that you've never met or an animal pet that you have followed, watched. Jackie and Shadow have like a relationship. They're bald eagles, and there's a cam in their nest. And I want to say, I can't remember if it is them, and they had bald eagle babies. I might be thinking of another nest that my family watches. We're very into animal live cams, but I say, I think you can also donate. I think that there's a Big Bear website that they're having people donate in the memory of. But also do artwork. You can journal, maybe write a few ways down that like watching Jackie and what Jackie represents down, I think would be helpful, what you've taken and learned from not only the bald eagles, but also other pets and animals. My God, the lessons animals can teach us. That'd be a whole podcast in itself. Rebecca's saying, I've been in dread mode lately. My hubs and I have so many health issues, and our dog is 13, and he's our nurse. The other day, he left the house to go to the dog spa, and we were commenting on how quiet. Well, Rebecca, I'm so sorry that you and your husband are both going through health issues right now. But thank God that you have an in-home nurse that is taking good care of you. I need to see your dog, Rebecca. I don't think you've ever sent a picture of your dog. Can everybody just email us pictures of their dogs? I'm just reading the comments. Okay. So yeah, journaling, having your jar.
I just like
what
write
other
letters.
Suggestions? Yeah, I was gonna say, what other suggestions do you have?
My first dog ever, Trouble, I used to write letters after she passed, because I got her when I was 16. 16? Yeah. And she passed in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in my 30s, I think.
It's a long time.
Yeah, like she grew up with me my whole life. Like watched me grow up as an adult or into an adult, then having kids and moving across the country and all of the things that I was doing. So it was really weird when she passed, and like I would talk to her like if she was like my best friend. We went everywhere together, so I always wrote her letters for the longest time.
I love that. I think that's a wonderful thing you can do. You can keep the letters, you can put them in a bottle, you can bury them, you can, I mean, there's so many things that you can do just to have that moment. Cami said you have plenty of pictures of mine. You had them before I even had her. Cami adopted Wednesday, one of our sweet pups here at the rescue. So Cami does email us. And feel free to always email us pictures of your pets, stories about your pets. You can email us at remembertopaws@gmail.com. We love being a part of your stories and seeing your pets now and being a part of that, because if you've ever had a pet, you've experienced loss. So
Yes.
I love that we are a part of your pets' lives now. And then, unfortunately, that is the name of the game. We outlive our pets most of the time, and we'll be here when they pass as well. Looking at photos, making shrines for them, on painting for them. There's a lot of different things, and some of the things that we want to offer on our website that we're working towards is getting art made for them, jewelry, just keeping their memory alive, and one of the things we're saying too, like don't feel like you need to fill the silence immediately. Like someone else in the chat said, people want you to move on quickly. Take your time. Don't tell me how to grieve. Ooh, that'd be a great shirt. Don't tell me how to grieve.
No, I love a shirt.
We only have about 7 in queue for design. Let's see. Cammy's saying, I have written letters to my husband. Now I added Bubba Joe to them. Rebecca said, that's my niece, talking about Wednesday. Storm Shelton saying, my dog climbed a chair and got on the table to eat the cat food to the point she made herself sick. I thought it was the cat until I caught my dog on camera last night trying to climb. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. These darn pets, right? All right. So if you guys have anything, like we said, to Sheena saying, sadly, and Sandy and Luna just flagged her last 2 eagle babies. Yes. I love that you're watching the eagles too, Shayna. Have you heard of them? I thought I was the only one. No. You'll need to probably look into that. It's so soothing. There's also this like lake. God, I don't know where it's at, but my mom watches it too. It's a live cam at this like lake, and it's on all night long. And you can raccoons, bear, like all of the wildlife that comes across this camera it's so therapeutic to be like, oh my God, there's that bear, and you kind of like get to know the characters. Like, I think that's the same moose that walked by earlier. Storm. Also, I rescued a black cat off the streets. I was just thinking about the cat that's across the street, and then I thought about the raccoon that's also across the street, and then I remembered that Sneaky Crow was back today. I took a picture of it. Thanks, City Murph. Don't forget, if you donate, you'll get into a raffle, and we'll be raffling off a memory jar. Okay, so let's get into our memorial jars, everybody, shall we? Oh, good. My phone's all nice and charged. Nation charged. So let me turn the pour cam on. We like our pour cam. I got new tools, so I won't lose these. I ordered more, and I'll probably lose those, but setting the stage. Here we go. We have 2 resident eagles at the clinic where I work. Oh, Cammie, that's so cool. Did you know? Have you seen the eagles out in Napoleonville? Mm-mm. They have bald eagles out in Assumption Parish, like out by Tia's. It's so crazy.
That's cool. There used to be this bald eagle nest when I was really little. We would drive up to my dad's house, that we would pass, and we would always see them on the way up there. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, City Murph. Oh, you're add to stream. Okay.
Yeah.
Does that pop off there?
Mm-hmm. All right, give me just a second while I wax cam.
I was like, where is that? And
Salem's been in the craft shed doing lots of crafts, so we've got all sorts of paint and glue and old wax. But here we go. I gotta always find where the best.
right there.
Okay. Also, we have our new wax sealer, so hopefully it won't explode. I don't know, but I have Rebecca's aloe plant live. It's Rebecca's aloe plant. Isn't that fun?
That is fun.
Right. So let's take a moment to have a therapeutic memorial jar making moment, right? Good thing I have nothing ready. Am I right or am I right? Let's see if we can scoot that over just a little bit more. So you're still in frame. Katie, you have something for your craft shed next time you're... Yay! We'll be out there Friday, I think, Jenny. I'm sweating in this chair. You know, life, people, life. All right, so while we're getting set up, the memorial jars, do you want to talk a little bit about what you can do with the memorial jars? I think I have why people use their memorial jars.
So some people use their memorial jars to just put on a shelf next to a picture, next to your pet's urn. Hold on to them and bring them around with you during like birthday days or days that you adopted them. Just simply a hard day you're having and you're just really grieving. Sometimes it just feels nice to like have them with you and hold on to them. I have like a little jar of one of my dog's ashes that I have in my purse. And it's just like a quiet, small little reminder token that like
they're
with you everywhere you go.
You're not actually alone.
Ever.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Wow. That's really bright.
Yeah. Woo!
That was really bright.
You're welcome. Okay. So we are going to be doing some memorial jars. If you want to have a memorial jar done live, then you can order it through, remember, to paws.pets. Tonight, Leslie, one of our members, has donated 3 memorial jars. One was for me, which I think is so kind, and one is for Jenna's choice, our choice, and then one was for Spring, one of our sponsor dogs who passed away. That was a VRC sponsor dog. So,
and that one was for Guy.
Yes, that's for Guy, who was Spring's caretaker. All my little jars aren't open.
Do you need me to open the jar?
Oh no, I have it all under control here.
I want to order 2 jars, one for the Friends of Big Bear and one for the Rapture Center that took care of Jackie soon as I recovered from surgery on the 18th. I think that would be a great way to honor Jackie.
Be honored to make a memorial jar for them. We make the memorial jars and then you guys email us the pictures of them so you can see. Woo! Cinnamon Christmas time. I'm creating a concoction for Christmas, so everyone be ready.
I don't know what I'm smelling.
Probably lavender.
No. I don't think so.
Katie, no. So
let's know what it is.
Rose.
So we haven't opened these in a hot minute.
I know.
So
yeah.
They're probably like ready.
nice and crisp. So let's talk a little bit about what each of the ingredients that we put in the jar kind of means, so that it does have like a meaning to you and you can resonate with what is actually in the jar. So here's one of the little jars. They start empty like this, and then we pour different ingredients in it like this. And you can see all of the ones that we make. Here, I'll post a little picture of. Again, if you missed this in the beginning, here are what the finished product memorial jars look like. Chrissy's asking, do you have something I can order for good health for Rebecca? So what was that? Was that a possibility? Yes, Shayna. Yeah, Shayna, if you want to order 2 jars for them, get that information for us and you can order it on the website. We would absolutely be honored to do that. Mm-hmm. And we can send them a little note and everything. And yes, Cami, if I definitely have something, a little recipe I could put together, I would love to do that for Rebecca. If you want to order a jar and just put that in the comments, I can do that. I can also make jars that aren't just for the memorial stuff. We're looking at making jars for Halloween, for Christmas, for Yule, all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned. But if you have somebody that you're thinking of, or even like a memorial jar for a human, we can do that as well. Grief isn't just for pets. Grief is also for our loved ones. Okay, so in the jars, we'll have lavender. So lavender is for peace, comfort, and healing. Lavender is also often used for calming in the heart and soothing grief, represents rest, emotional healing, and a reminder that healing can be gentle. We finish each one of the jars with rose, which is love, connection, and unconditional bond. Rose symbolizes deep love that never dies, and also helps with memorial work. It carries energy of love shared between you and your pet. Then we have chamomile. So chamomile, comfort, calm, emotional support, nurturing energy. It represents easing anxiety and helping us process sadness. We have white sage. Love white sage.
I think that's what I was smelling. Let me smell that again.
Strong.
Yep, that's what I was smelling.
Clearing, blessings, and sacred space. So white sage symbolizes cleansing, heavy energy, creating space for remembrance, healing, and love, but makes room for peace beside it. You want it through RTP. Cami, yeah, if you want to just do it through Remember to Pause, that's fine, because that way we can track the order and I can make it. That's not a problem. Now, when we do like the Yule stuff and like the Halloween stuff, that might be separate orders. But I'm so excited about those.
Yeah.
But one was supposed to be Danny. He's the horse. Okay, Christy. Let's check those orders, I guess. Okay, so then we also have cinnamon. So warmth, strength, protection. Cinnamon brings warmth. Spirituality represents resilience, courage, and carrying the fire of love forward even in loss. Cinnamon's always a special go-to for protection. So if you're ever having like a moment and you have like a cinnamon stick, you can always just have that out. Rosemary, memory, remembrance, and loyalty. One of the meaningful herbs for memorial work is rosemary. I'm almost out of rosemary. I need to make a list.
I'll write it down.
Perry's mom grows a lot of the herbs, and
oh really?
Yeah, she's offered to send them to me. One of the most meaningful herbs for memorial work, rosemary, has long been connected to remembrance. It honors memories, devotion, and lasting imprint on our hearts. Then we have lemon peel, light, hope, and renewal. Lemon represents bringing light into darkness. In dark season, it symbolizes hope, clarity, and finding small moments of sunshine while navigating grief. And then we finish each jar with rose quartz. Look how pretty that is. I love the rose quartz.
Danny.
The stone of love. It has lots of healing energy, pure unconditional love that animals give us. And then each one of the jars has really pretty amethyst in it. Spiritual connection and intuition. Amethyst is often associated with calm, protection, and spiritual comfort. It symbolizes feeling connected to our loved ones and beyond the physical world and trusting the healing journey. Shayna said she loves your haircut.
Thank you, Shayna.
Yeah, she's sassy. She's spicing it up. Jenna's on a journey. Okay, so let's get started. We can do you want to do Adam's first? Or you want me to do mine first? Okay. All right, so we're going to do, again, Leslie, thank you so much for thinking of us. I'm going to do a jar for my sweet Rue girl. Oh my gosh. Okay. I love her so much. Okay, I'm already going to cry. I'm missing so many of my dogs this month. I know, and yeah. We are actually working on a Life with the Underdogs. It is in the queue, quite far down in the queue, but with Ange and some of the dogs and Ange's story, Ange fosters some of the dogs that come in, and a lot of those foster dogs have passed, and we tell the story, and it's going to be a wonderfully beautiful memory for a lot of the dogs that she talks about. Okay, so Rue is my soul dog. I love her so much, and while I'm talking about her, let me just move it like that. Yeah, because let's take up the whole screen with my girl. Aww. I got Rue a very long time ago. I would say maybe it was, my God, I don't even know the years. You can also find these stories on our Patreon. Jenna and I did a Rainbow Bridge Diaries on Rue and Adam, and both of them were the reasons why we started this entire thing. So I'm going to work while I'm doing this, but Rue is my soul dog, was my soul dog. I got her, I don't remember the date, but it was a very long time ago. I didn't have her for as long as I would have loved to have had her, though. She was my first dog that I had on my own. I had a rabbit before Rue. My rabbit's name was Scooby, and Scooby also passed away, and it was heartbreaking because it was the first pet that I ever had. But then the house was empty because I missed Scooby. Scooby lived in the house. He was litter box trained, and I felt sad and lonely, and I was actually struggling. I was diagnosed with cancer. Surprise. And I was very young, and it was easy to be caught, but once I got the diagnosis, it was extremely stressful, and I was like, I need a purpose. I need something to kind of get my mind off of this struggle. I had gone immediately into surgery and everything after I had gotten that diagnosis, and went to look for dogs because what more do you need when you have cancer but a dog? And went to go look for a beagle, and the beagle didn't. Yes, and the beagle didn't.
No,
go in the wrong way.
This way, closer to me.
No.
Oh wait.
We do this every time.
Okay, go up. One more.
There.
We need to put an X.
We need an X on that. There it is. Okay, so the beagle didn't a lot of times whenever you meet a dog for the first time, you're like, oh, this is the dog I want. And then they come out and they don't want you, and you're like, oh, well, that wasn't a fit. And then the girl said, I think I have another dog that you might be interested in. And so then she brought out this little speckled pup, and she just sat down right in front of my ex-husband's feet. And she was like, I'm going home with you. And I just knew immediately that she was coming with us. And this adoption center was not like ours. I mean, you could literally just drive away with the dog. And she did come to our house and everything and check it out. I forget the name. Yes, thank you. But then by the time we had gotten home, she was already like bringing her over to us and everything. And let me find, I need a scissors. So I fell in love with her. She was my first pet. She was best friends with the dog down there at the bottom. First, she was best friends with the doodle who's in the Halloween picture. Her name was Bama. And they were an unlikely match, that's for sure, because Rue was super like stoic and royal and regal, and Bama was like a doodle, just like. And then Bama got diagnosed with lymphoma and passed pretty quickly. And then a few months later, Rue got diagnosed with lymphoma. We had her for about 6 years, I think. And she passed quick, like super fast. Lymphoma is obviously cancer in your lymph nodes. I did not know that dogs had lymph nodes like on the back of their legs, and Rue had actually had an injury and was going in to get laser, like the stimulation to try to help with the injury on her leg. And the radiation or whatever it was, the laser treatments or whatever, sped up the cancer because it was in the lymph nodes, and they have lymph nodes like on the back of their legs, which I didn't know any of this. And her neck was thicker, and my neighbor actually is the one that caught it.
Because
they had just done it with Bama, and he was like, I think Rue's neck is getting bigger, and I was like thinking, oh, Mr. Ed's just like having residual like PTSD from Bama. But he was right, and her neck was actually getting thicker. It was harder and everything. And my cousin, who is a vet, Maggie, she's amazing. We actually partner with her in the beginning with Remember to Paws. She checked her out and confirmed that she in fact did have cancer, and she passed so fast. It felt like, I don't like this. I need it to be darker. Is everyone hanging in with me? Am I talking too much? I get a chance to talk about my girl and give her her 5 minutes of fame because I love her so much. That one's better. So after she got, I like that. Where'd that come from? Same pile?
Yeah.
After she got diagnosed, we realized that we were going to enjoy every single moment with her. And so that's what we did. And she went downhill very, very fast, faster than Bama. We ended up having more time with Bama than we did with Rue. And, we always talk about how you just know, you just know. And she actually started slowing down, she stopped eating. She was on a ton of medications. And then Christmas Day, we spent the night with her in the living room on a mattress. And I was hoping it wouldn't be Christmas because then we were going to have to call Maggie and do all of that. But it was. You just know. And we said, oh, she can't go another day like this. And so Maggie came over to the house and helped us say goodbye to her. And let me tell you, I never cried harder when she left the room. I mean, you feel their soul leaving. It was the first. I have chills. I cry. But I screamed at the top of my lungs. I mean, it was almost like I was trying to hold on to her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I knew it was oh no, there she goes, And hi, Chloe. And it was she was gone. And I remember hearing my family tell other people in my family that I was never going to be the same. And I wasn't. That day that she left, I did change. I don't fully understand how or why, but I still it was like losing a child, because I didn't have children. And you can feel it and see it. I was staring in his eyes as he went. Yes, Jerry Ann. I was too. I was on the ground with her. And one thing I suggest too, like if you are able to be there for your pet, absolutely go be there. Do it. It's so hard. But it's also like, oh, I'm gonna cry. It's also one of the beautiful moments to experience. Birth is a beautiful moment, and death is a beautiful moment, and it's hard, but you'll never forget it. And being there with them while they're taking their last breaths is something that I'll never forget, and that you can really just see it in their eyes that they're thanking you for the time that you have with it. You're like communicating with no words. That's what a dog does. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's what's so beautiful about a dog. You truly are able to communicate with them without any words. So we were doing all of that. And then I had to go over to my family's house for Christmas, and they were all grieving. Also lost my grandpa on Christmas a couple years before that. So Christmas has always been kind of a difficult. So we're going to finish this off with a little rose with Rue's name in there like that. Oh no, I haven't turned this thing on yet. Oh dear. We're going to test our new thing.
Okay, Cami, yeah. I think I still have Rebecca. Rebecca, your address is still the same, correct?
We might not be able to make all of these tonight live, but we'll try to get to all of them. If not, then we can do another one. This is the colors I'm choosing for Rue. I appreciate everyone listening to my story.
I love listening to you talk about Rue.
I love her so much. Look at those pictures. I also wanted to share the picture on the bottom left-hand corner there. My sister and Max drew that for Rue once we found out that she had a diagnosis, and I think that's another really lovely way of celebrating and like bringing the kids into it, and drawing. The other thing I was going to say is if they are going to pass, this is one of those moments where it's not like an emergency. You're prepared. You do know it's happening. You might even know that it's the night before. Take every possible moment you can to take all the pictures you can possibly take. Like as they start to decline, take the pictures. Look at every square inch of their bodies. Like I remember Rue had this little tiny hair on her ear, and I just like rubbed it. I took pictures of it. She had like a funny like little hairs on her paws. I took pictures of her paws. We did paw prints. Do all the things to be able to remember them, because you don't want to regret it if you can possibly plan it. Even with like Lulu, I want to go ahead and I want to do like a full photo shoot, Okay. All right. This is not doing anything. Oh dear. Okay. What's happening? Oh, okay. The light's on now. Okay. So we're going to heat that up. And while we're heating that up, we're going to put Rue's jar aside. Everybody get a good, beautiful look at my sweet baby angel. She is my reason for starting Remember to Paws. She changed my life. We all have that soul dog, and she is mine. Thank you for listening to my story. Okay, so Leslie also gifted. Okay, and I'm missing some of the comments. Are we catching everything? I had Ange come and do a photo shoot with Brownie before he passed. Yes, Jenny. Like I said, take the time to do all the things you want to do. And if you can't, don't feel guilty about that either. You know what I mean? Just do the best you can. That's all we can do. Okay. We have Jenna's soul dog, Adam, here. You'll see Adam and Rue in our website. They're the two of our soul dogs. So do you want to share your story of Adam while I make your jar? If you can get through it.
I will try. I actually have like a really hard time looking at his picture. So Adam actually came into Villalobos. He was a stray that was found. This was in 2019. He was a stray. A lady had actually brought him to the city shelter here in New Orleans, and they were going to euthanize him. He was 9 months old. He was skinny and he had no hair, and he was scared of doorways because he was a dog that was a street dog. The owner didn't care about him. Just didn't want him in the house. So he was terrified of doorways. So they deemed him unadoptable and were going to euthanize him. The woman who rescued him and brought him there came to Tia and asked if she would basically take him, if she went and pulled him back out and like adopted him from the shelter. And what are you looking for, hon?
My paper.
You put it over there in the corner by that jar.
I sure did. I have another piece.
She went and got him. Tia said yes, of course. And she went and got him. And I remember when she showed up to Claiborne, the main VRC location, and they were trying to bring him into the rescue. He was absolutely terrified, and he did not want to go into the kennel area. So Tia said that we could take him to the location that I was working at down the street, and so we did, and we put him in an outdoor kennel. And I don't know, like it was like something where like our eyes connected, and it was like instant. It was instant. And this was in October. He came in October. October of 2019. And something, and this is like really weird, I don't know. I was going through a whole bunch of stuff in my personal life. Chloe's dad, my oldest daughter's dad, had died in January 2019. And I was not doing very well with that. And something about Adam and like the way his eyes were reminded me so much of Josh. They were very like strong and comforting and like it was protection. We immediately were attached. Like he would walk on leash with me. He was really good with me. He did kind of give the other employees a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I immediately was just like, okay, well this dog's gonna be in my section. And so I started working with him. He was at the rescue.
I'm doing a pour.
Okay, perfect. So here's a pour for Rue.
It heated up.
That's really fast.
Faster, yeah. So this is kind of liquidy. I don't know.
Do you want more?
Yeah.
Which color? White? Red?
Yeah. White. This is our new.
It's definitely
faster. This is our new. What do you call it? Be careful, it's hot. Just put those in.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're fine. So he was at the rescue for 3 years. Then I was also going through a divorce, which I was dealing with some domestic violence and protection orders for me and my children. So I was really going through it. I would go to work and I would be in Adam's kennel and I would just be crying and sobbing. And I was also newly sober. I did have a problem with substance, but I also had a drinking problem. So I was newly sober from substance, and then I was still drinking, but I was really struggling. I would go and sit in Adam's kennel and cry all day after kennels and stuff. I ended up getting able to move into a house where I was able to take Adam finally. Tia told me that I could adopt him, and I did. And he loved my kids. He loved going for car rides. He loved going for walks. He loved going down to the oh my god, what is that place called? With the big with the overhang where people go skating.
Crescent Park, yeah.
He loved going down there. Pup Cup's his favorite thing. He loved to stick his head out the window and like bark at people. He was good with like a handful of people, but he really had a hard time like with strangers, which also did kind of make him harder to adopt out.
Here we go. This one's Rose.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, look at the top.
Wow.
And there they are on top of it. How sweet is that?
That's perfect.
Oh, hold on. I didn't get it on there.
Right.
Oh my god. We got to go backwards. Up there.
That's beautiful.
And that's a stamp of Adam and Rue there that Rebecca sent us.
I love that.
All right.
He was my soul dog. Like I never had like Trouble was my first dog, and I loved her very like so deeply. But like something with Adam just like was soul. There was some
connection there.
Yeah.
Sometimes the universe puts them in the place. I mean, Rue's the same way, you know?
Yeah.
Very, very special. What colors are you choosing for
just greens?
Adam?
I always did green collars on him.
I did red collars on Rue. This didn't turn out as red as I wanted it because it got so hot, but still really pretty.
Yeah.
There's a photo of her under the blanket.
How
old are you in that hat? You look like a kid.
That picture of me and Adam in the hat, I was I had to have been like 30. It was probably only probably 5 years ago. Maybe. Yeah. Adam.
Who knows at this point? So much shit's happened. My God, you know what I'm saying?
Literally.
Oh.
Adam was not feeling well the day he passed away. The girls and I had gone to the grocery store, and he just like wasn't hungry that day, and it was June, so it was hot. So like it usually in the summertime, especially down here, you know, like some of the dogs don't want to eat because it's really, really hot during the morning. So I mean, I was like kind of like, what's happening? But he ended up passing away while we were at the grocery store, and we came home and found him. It was one of the most traumatic finds of my life. Amelia actually found him before I did. And it was a lot. It's really hard for me to talk about, and it's really hard for me to look at pictures of him.
Still, yes.
Yeah. I'm like trying to talk about it, but I'm really struggling.
You're doing a great job. It is hard. I mean, that's why we're here talking about it, you know?
But yeah, like I think for me, I feel like he was about 7 years old, and I just feel like I didn't get enough time with him. Like I feel like I didn't have him out of the rescue long enough. It was just a lot.
Yeah. It's never enough, you know, never enough time that we get with these dogs. Okay.
I also hated that he was so young when he was on the street. And then he spent a good chunk of his life at the rescue until I could take him. So
but you gave him a home.
I did.
And
he had best friends, Eve and Lilith, my 2 other Rottweilers. Him and Moon Pie didn't get along.
Look how pretty your green is. I turned the heat down, so that worked out. All right, so we're gonna do.
It turned out nice. So you just got to turn the heat down. Did you turn up really high?
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's do the pour cam
for Adam. I always put green, like lime green colors on him. It just like popped on his like dark. I guess he had a blue one in that one, but in most of the other pictures he has a lime green.
Uh-oh, my red is coming off.
It's okay. Also, funny side note about Adam, when he came in, I noticed that he had 2 rows of teeth.
Oh, like that's weird.
Yeah, like the top.
Like a shark.
Well, he had like all of his baby teeth, but then he had like the adult teeth too. So I have a picture of him with, and it was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, I want to see that.
I have some of his baby teeth.
All right, here we go. Stamping Adam with Adam and Rue. Well, thank you for sharing that story. And it was hard. It was so emotional when we did our Rainbow Bridge Diaries. So if you guys want to hear more, Jen and I did a little, oh my God, so stinking cute.
Yeah.
Did a Rainbow Bridge Diaries on, God, I can never figure out where the hell it is.
That's nice.
There it is, yeah.
The color's nice.
There it is for Adam. For Adam and Rue, you can check that out on our Patreon.
I'm so scared that would happen to Gruff. I think Leo's there for him. Yeah, it's like one of my biggest stressors is coming home and finding one of my dogs. I think it's now something I will always have anxiety with.
Actually haven't experienced that, knock on wood. Dad's favorite color was green, and green looked so good on him. Oh, and Chloe.
Yeah.
I love that. Chloe's in the chat. This is Jenna's oldest daughter.
Oh, I got pictures of Christy's cat and Danny.
Christy said we could do them next time. So
Okay.
let's do them next time. Okay. So we have
those 2
pictures, and we can add everything in it. Like it's like the opposite way you go.
There
we go.
There you go.
Yeah, and we do want to do something with the girls next week. This doesn't stay charged very long. I don't like that. Oh,
maybe we just need to get a different light for it.
Yeah. All right, which one? What's going in here? Oh, let's put all. That's pretty. What's left over, the green and the red like that. Let's put that all in together.
This too?
Yeah. Is this springs?
Yeah. Ooh. Must have been really hard, Jenna, that your daughter found him. Yes, it was really, really hard. It was really hard. It's still hard for her.
You said Amelia?
Amelia, yeah.
I believe that Amelia is going to be like a vet or an animal caretaker. She has such a spirit about her. All 3 of your girls do. I mean, they are animal lovers. They work hard and there's no choice but for them. They're all older, so they can help with the dogs, and but
they've been helping since they were
itty bitty. I would love to do a dog diaries with them. They really.
Chloe did a dog diaries with Megatron.
I saw that. I saw that one.
But yeah, they really
have grown up at the warehouse.
Yeah. They were like, I think Michaela was 3, Amelia might have been 4, and then Chloe was like 9, I think. So they literally have grown up in the rescue life and all of that. So, but that's definitely something we're gonna talk with them about and do like a
share that with others.
Yeah, because I think it is important because I know like when my pets died as a little kid, my mom like to this day will not get a pet. She doesn't want to deal with
What?
grief.
Linda.
She went with my aunt when she had to let her dog go, and she's like, I don't know how people do this and how you do this. She's like, I can't. Yes, Megatron is still here, and he is still here. He's a big old meathead.
He's still here. All right, this looks so good. This is very fairy spring-like.
Oh, yes.
Yeah? All right,
Okay.
here we go. We're going to
picture of spring.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I don't know how to do this. I'm going to break it. I'm glad you guys liked Megatron's episode. Did you see his dog diaries or his like rescue? Because that was an intense rescue.
Oh, no. I don't have it on here. Hold on, everybody.
Is that not it? Oh, no. I sent it
I
to
thought you sent it. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me do it again. Stand by.
I probably have it, but
It probably went
further down.
Or maybe you didn't click on it in time. Hold on. I think it's popping. There you go. It's popping.
Pop, lock, and drop it. No, Katie. Y'all know I can't be normal for too long. And that's how we grieve.
Where'd it
Where is
go?
it? Oh, wait. Recents. There it is. Hi, sister. You just missed my story about sweet baby Rue.
So, thank you for listening to me talk about Adam.
Thank you for sharing. That is awesome to hear. I saw his rescue in the dog diaries as well. Both are so good.
Thank you. He was a very difficult rescue.
All right, here I go.
Okay, so this, Leslie also got Guy a little jar for Spring, who is one of our sponsorship dogs.
I'm looking forward to giving this to Guy.
Me too. I saw Guy last week, actually.
Poor Cam.
I'm gonna read her story. It's kind of a
Oh
lot.
God, it's out. It's in the way.
We'll pick it up. You're okay. But this gives like fairy vibes to me. Spring fairy.
Spring fairy vibes.
In 2021, Spring was found in the middle of a busy highway. She was broken, unmoving, and barely holding on. Her body told a story no animal should ever have to live through. She had over 100 bite wounds, a puncture straight through her eye. Kidneys were shutting down. She couldn't even stand. Vet after vet told us the same thing. There's nothing more we can do. Something in her and something in us refused to accept that. So we made the call that didn't make sense on paper, and we told them to do everything because sometimes hope doesn't follow logic and it follows heart, and somehow Spring fought her way back. She survived what should have taken her. She stayed, but survival doesn't always mean healing. Her physical wounds eventually did heal, but Spring carried invisible scars that never fully faded. Trust did not come easy to her, and rightfully so. But the few she chose, she loved deeply and completely, and those bonds were everything. So she became one of our lifers and one of our sponsorship dogs. So many people loved her right alongside us. You saw her and honored her, and you gave her the safety this world once denied her. She, in May, started to decline and became extremely anemic. Mariah took her to the vet right away, and she had a huge liver mass that had taken over her stomach, and it was extremely aggressive and inoperable. So Mariah was left completely unprepared and
Had to make
that call right then and there. It was extremely fast and,
like you said, unexpected.
And it's one of those things where we said before, like, these are times that were like, you're kind of like left like, what just happened? Like,
yeah, and because her story was so touching, the pictures that we had of when she was brought in, the intake of her, really touched everybody. So she had a lot of sponsors.
Yeah.
And so it was heartbreaking to have to go onto the sponsor page and let everybody know that she had passed. And everybody definitely was so supportive and rallied. But Guy is one of our employees who has been here for a really long time and just had a special connection with Spring, because Spring, after all that had happened with her, she did not want to deal with humans, but she would deal with Guy, and I loved seeing their pictures and everything together.
So this picture here in the bottom corner, like most of the time when Guy would send me pictures of Spring, it was always of Spring like holding his hand.
Yeah, they would hold hands. And I took a picture of them when we were doing the Chihuahua episode or whatever, because we were filming Chihuahuas, but he was over there holding Spring's hand through the fence. They were just having like this moment together, and while I was, filming and helping with Perry, I like zoomed over there and just like zoomed in, and I was like, look at these two, just having a bond and a connection.
I think that's like the big thing too, that's so important for when we do ask for donations for the dogs here at the rescue. It's like these keepsakes and stuff are so special because we literally put our hearts and souls into all of these dogs that don't get adopted.
Right.
So we're their homes.
We are their homes. Yep. And in this case, like Guy was Spring's person, and caretaker. So this one's for Spring.
Can't wait to give that to Guy on Friday.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that. And here's the wax on that one. It's such a nice, look how pretty the inside of that one turned out. Like, that is such a nice jar.
Yeah.
So thank you again, Leslie, for thinking of us. And a lot of you guys have done that throughout these support group meetings. A lot of you have donated memorial jars for staff, and it has been really, really nice to be able to give those out to our staff and let them know that, not only was the dog cared for and have a keepsake for them, but also that they are appreciated for the care that they gave the dog that they passed. So thank you guys so much for always donating the memorial jars.
Do you want to do Rebecca?
Yes. Okay. No. Okay. All right. So we are pretty much out of time for tonight. Let me turn this off. Whoa.
What's happening? Okay.
All right. So that is such a pretty jar. Where did we put the other ones?
Right here.
We'll have to take a picture of those tonight. So we did get orders in for from Christy, and in order to make something special for Rebecca. And so I definitely want to do some research for Rebecca and make sure that I get everything in there. Since that was unexpected, but I am honored to be able to do something like that. And I'm looking forward to I kind of want to order something for the horse possibly as well. So since we're going to have a little bit of time, so I appreciate you guys giving us a little bit of time to put those together. All right. So did everybody enjoy tonight's topic? Did you find that to be beneficial? I did. I always do. I always leave these feeling so like, whew, that was good. It's really nice to kind of dig deep and have those moments where you're just like given the permission to feel, know, and talk out what you're going through. So we appreciate you guys being here and having that moment with us and being on the support groups live with us. We appreciate the donations. Connie Johnson saying this was such a wonderful night. Very, very zen. That's what we're going for.
Yes.
Look, Jenna and I can be all kinds of things. We can be wild. We can be crazy. We can be zen. Cammie's saying if Rebecca wants sooner than later, then go ahead and make it when you can. Yes, I can definitely take care of that, Cammie, for you. For sure, always helpful and therapeutic. That's wonderful, Christy. And we love the feedback. A lot of you guys are already members on our Patreon platform, so we're really thankful for you guys to follow along over there. We do the best we can to get the content out and the information, the support. But the most important thing I feel like are these support groups. Jen and I are still working on offering one-on-one services. That's so important. So we're not rushing that. We want to make sure that when we go live with the one-on-one support that we are ready to go and that the program is solid and concrete. Yes. Jerry Ann saying, we each are so not alone in our losses and have how deeply we feel about each of them. Yes. And that's one of the best parts about having the support group is that we are all here. We're all having the same feelings. But then also like doing the memorial jars gives it like a bit of therapeutic, yes. Whatever moment to be able to have with everybody. And so that way it's not just us talking the entire time. So, all right. Well, thank you guys for sharing your stories about your pets and the losses that you've had. We will be back for GMV on Saturday. It won't be somber. It'll be crazy. As always, you know how we like to roll at 6 o'clock. Not 6 o'clock now.
6 in the morning.
Hello. We will be back for GMV somewhere around 9 o'clock on Saturday. We don't know if we have an unboxing possibly on Friday, but we will let everybody know. So just make sure that you're following along on all of our pages. Like, share, subscribe, do all the things. Shayna's saying, good night, ladies. I will not be able to join you live for a while of surgery. Good luck on your surgery, yes. Shayna. We'll be sending you healing vibes, all the energy. Okay, let's do a drawing really fast. So anybody that donated during the live, Shayna actually donated a memorial jar. Am I correct with that?
Memorial jar and an extra shirt.
And an extra shirt for a drawing. So thank you, Shayna, for that. We are just now getting to that. So anybody who donated tonight, we will be drawing that now. So for the memorial jar, who wins the memorial jar?
Cammie.
All right, Cammie wins the memorial jar. Cammie, let us know what you want to do with that. You know our email. And for the shirt might take a bit to get because we're ordering those. Cammie! All right, so Cammie, let us know what you want to do with the shirt and the memorial jar. You can email us at remembertopaws@gmail.com or all the other 50,000 emails that we talk to you on. You know how to find us and we know how to find you, that's for sure. So thank you everyone for joining us tonight on our support group for Remember to Pause. Thank you for your support. We love and appreciate each and every one of you, and we will see you.